हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक। वी आर हियर फॉर आवर बायोलॉजी क्लास। सो आज हम लोग लाइफ प्रोसेसेस का सेकेंड सब टॉपिक करेंगे, रेस्पिरेशन। वी हैव ऑलरेडी डन न्यूट्रिशन इन आवर प्रीवियस क्लास, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट टुडे विद रेस्पिरेशन। Students, respiration is a process which helps us to survive, and we know that we breathe with the help of oxygen. But do you know that there are few organisms that do not require oxygen to breathe? Now, you might be thinking, how is that possible? But you will learn more about this in this video. So students, what is respiration? It is a biochemical process which includes breathing and oxidation of food. Students, respiration includes a physical process, that is breathing, and a chemical process, that is oxidation of food. So, that physical process involves exchange of gases, that is intake of oxygen from the atmosphere and release of carbon dioxide, which is commonly known as inhalation and exhalation in breathing. Next comes the chemical process, which involves breakdown of simple food to release energy, and we know it as digestion of food. It is also called as cellular respiration. So first we will read breathing. Students, breathing is a process of moving air into the lungs and out of the lungs, which is also called as inhalation and exhalation. So, during inhalation, we take in oxygen, and during exhalation, we release out carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Student, could you close your nose and hold your breath for at least 5 minutes? Can you do so? No, that's not possible. Why? Because respiration or breathing is an important function performed by our body and it keeps us alive. Let's talk about cellular respiration. Students, it is a process of breakdown of food in our cells to release energy. Students, when you eat food, your body converts carbohydrates, that is sugar and starch, which is present in your food, into ATP. ATP is the energy currency of the cell. When the body needs energy, the cells withdraw energy from the glucose. So, as you can see here in this picture, glucose enters inside the cell and in the presence of oxygen, it gets converted into carbon dioxide and ATP molecules. And all this conversion is taking place inside the mitochondria. This conversion takes place in both plants and animals. Now, this is cellular respiration. Whenever an animal feed on a food, the glucose present in the food reacts with oxygen. So these are the reactants. And in this reaction, the glucose converts into carbon dioxide, water, and energy is released. These are the products. And all this reaction takes place inside the mitochondria. So now you might be thinking, what is this mitochondria? Well, mitochondria is composed of two words, mitose and chondrion. Mitose means thread-like and chondrion means granules-like. So, mitochondria is a cell organelle which is thread-like granular structure. It is a double membrane bound organelle which is found in most eukaryotic organisms. This is what mitochondria looks like. Mitochondria are found inside the cytoplasm of every cell. They play a major role in breaking down nutrients and generating energy-rich molecules for the cell. So, mitochondria produces all the energy for our body. That's why it is called the powerhouse of the cell. And it produces ATP, the energy currency of the cell. So students, now let's learn about the breakdown of glucose by various pathways. Students, let's see. Glucose reacts with oxygen and gets converted into carbon dioxide, 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 6 molecules of water and energy. This conversion is taking place in the presence of oxygen. And this reaction, this conversion of glucose, this breakdown of glucose takes place in humans, in all the animals. So Glucose combines with oxygen. In the presence of oxygen, it gets converted into 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 6 molecules of water, and energy is released in the form of ATP. So students, now we will do the breakdown of glucose in the absence of oxygen. Students, in the absence of oxygen, glucose gets converted into alcohol and carbon dioxide and energy is released. So when oxygen is not available, all the glucose get converted into alcohol and energy. This reaction takes place in yeast, and the alcohol which is particularly produced here is ethanol. So yeast are those organisms which can live without oxygen, which can breathe without oxygen, about which I have told earlier. So students, what happens when there is lack of oxygen? Glucose gets converted into 2 molecules of lactic acid by the process of glycolysis, and in this process 2 molecules of ATP are released. This process takes place in our muscle cells. When we exercise or when we run, when we do running, then we do not have much available oxygen with us. So then we need energy, more amount of energy is needed then. Then glucose gets converted into energy by producing lactic acid. And this process is called anaerobic respiration. So students, let's summarize this. Glucose, which has 6 carbon molecule, gets converted into pyruvate, which is a 3 carbon molecule, and energy is released. And this reaction takes place in cytoplasm. Now, this pyruvate has 3 pathways. First is absence of oxygen, second is lack of oxygen, and third one is presence of oxygen. So, first one, absence of oxygen. This pyruvate molecule gets converted into ethanol, carbon dioxide, and energy. Now, as you can see, ethanol is a 2 carbon molecule and this pyruvate is a 3 carbon molecule. So, that extra carbon is carbon dioxide. So, this pyruvate gets converted into ethanol and carbon dioxide when there is absence of oxygen. This reaction was taking place in yeast. Yes, exactly. So, next conversion is lack of oxygen, which takes place in our muscle cells when we do exercise or when we run, when we need extra amount of energy. Then pyruvate gets converted into lactic acid and energy is released. As you can see, this lactic acid is a 3 carbon molecule, so all the pyruvate gets converted into lactic acid and no carbon dioxide is released in this conversion. Third one is in the presence of oxygen, which takes place inside the mitochondria. So this pyruvate gets converted into carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Carbon dioxide is the byproduct which we exhale and we release it into the atmosphere, and energy we use it for our body. So these are the 3 pathways by which breakdown of glucose takes place. Students, do you know that cellular respiration and photosynthesis are almost opposite processes? Well, how is that possible? See, in case of photosynthesis, carbon dioxide molecules react with water molecules in the presence of energy to produce glucose, to produce carbohydrates, and in this case, oxygen is released into the atmosphere. And this oxygen is used up by the humans or the animals. In case of respiration, glucose in the presence of oxygen gets converted to form carbon dioxide, water, and energy is released. And here carbon dioxide and water are being used by the green plants to do photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is done by green plants and respiration is done by animals and humans. So as you can see in these 2 equations, we can say that photosynthesis and respiration are almost opposite processes. Now we will do types of respiration. Students, there are 2 types of respirations. One is aerobic respiration and another anaerobic respiration. In case of aerobic respiration, the food is broken down in the presence of oxygen. while in anaerobic respiration, the food is broken down in the absence of oxygen. Aerobic respiration takes place in case of humans, and anaerobic respiration takes place in case of yeast. Well, in case of aerobic respiration, when the food is broken down in the presence of oxygen, we humans produce carbon dioxide and energy is released. While in anaerobic respiration, when the food is broken down in the absence of oxygen, this yeast produces alcohol and energy is released. We can note that all the organisms that obtain energy by aerobic respiration cannot live without the oxygen. We know we humans cannot live without the oxygen because we need energy for doing our daily activities, and that energy is obtained by the breaking down of food when in presence of oxygen only. So we can say we can live in the presence of oxygen only. We cannot survive without the oxygen. But in case of yeast, yeast can respire in the absence of oxygen. They can break down their food in the absence of oxygen also. So yeast are those organisms which can live without oxygen. They can survive without oxygen in the absence of oxygen also. So this was aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Now see, this is a piece of bread. As you can see, the pieces of bread are very porous and there are many holes in it. Do you know what makes it? The yeast makes it. How? Well, the sugar molecule present in the batter of bread gets converted into alcohol and carbon dioxide is released. So, yeast does anaerobic respiration here. We know yeast can do anaerobic respiration. They can break down the food in the absence of oxygen also. So, they convert sugar into alcohol and carbon dioxide. And when this carbon dioxide is released, this makes the bread fluffy. The pores, the holes you can see is because of the carbon dioxide molecules released by the yeast during anaerobic respiration. So this is the equation. The glucose present in the food, the bread, gets converted into alcohol, carbon dioxide and energy is released. So we add yeast to make our bread. So yeast is a single-celled fungus which looks like this, and we add it in our bread batter to make it fluffy and to make the bread porous, more porous. Well, students, as we have already done what is aerobic and anaerobic respiration, now we will see what are the differences between these two modes of respiration. Well, in case of aerobic respiration, it takes place in the presence of oxygen, while anaerobic respiration takes place in the absence of oxygen. The end products in aerobic respiration are carbon dioxide and water, while in an anaerobic respiration, the end products are alcohol and lactic acid. Alcohol is being produced in case of yeast and lactic acid is produced in case of humans when we do exercise or when we run. In our muscle cells, lactic acid is produced. But when we respire aerobically, when we humans respire aerobically, we produce carbon dioxide and water. This aerobic respiration, it releases more amount of energy, and in anaerobic respiration, less amount of energy is released. Aerobic respiration occurs in mitochondria, while anaerobic respiration occurs in cytoplasm. Now we will see the similarities between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic and anaerobic both produce energy while breaking down the food. When the food is broken down, the energy is released which is used up by the organism which is respiring aerobically or anaerobically. In both of these, the respiration takes place in the cells of organism. Whether it is mitochondria or cytoplasm, both the respiration takes place inside the cells of the organism. So these are the similarities between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Now I have a question for you. In which human part anaerobic respiration takes place? Students, we know that anaerobic respiration in humans takes place in our muscle cells when we exercise and we need a lot of energy. But in the absence of oxygen or in lack of oxygen, we convert our food, which is present in our muscle cells, we convert it into lactic acid and we produce energy so that we can do much exercise and more amount of energy is released. So this anaerobic respiration takes place in our muscle cells. Okay, students. So this was aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Students, I hope you all have understood respiration. Thank you for watching and let's meet in our next video.